I do believe the people that care less about what other people think about them tend to have a better life. It's just liberating. And the truth is, you think it's the people that troll you in comments. I'm actually talking about your parents. And I genuinely believe that self-esteem is the ultimate drug in life. That I'm obsessed with driving self-esteem into my children. My mom did that for me. And listen, there's a very fine line between self-esteem and delusion, right? There's a very fine line, but the reality is there are just so many people sitting here that are broken inside because they care what their older brother thinks about their behavior, or what their husband thinks about their behavior, or what their mom said to them growing up. And I don't really know how to break that. What I'm trying to do with my life is, in parallel, achieve what I want for me. But the reason I document so much is I'm trying to become the injection of audacity into the people that watch me, that gives them the courage to take the jump into the pool that they're scared to swim in. And so people are just being held back by other people's opinions. And that's deep stuff that you can't really hack at. I'm trying to play my tiny little part, but I would say that's the differentiation. Like, it's unbelievable to me. I tweeted something which was an inside tweet without context for my company, which was insecurity leads to politics. The people at VaynerMedia that are so talented, that are so about to win, that I'm about to fire because they're insecure and that leads them to terrible behavior, it breaks my heart. And we try hard. My crew's there, they know we try hard. We pound at them, we try to make them feel safe. We have a chief heart officer, I do my thing. We have a good culture, I try. But insecurity is a killer. It leads to all the bad shit. And so it's the difference between self-confidence and insecurity. It's a difference of listen, being self-promotional and putting yourself out there, there's so many people that have opinions about me. As long as the people that actually know me have the opinions they have versus the people that have never met me but they heard me say fuck on stage, as long as I'm good with the people that actually can look under the hood, then I'll always win. So if you feel good about who you actually are, you need to get loud. And if you don't, fix your shit.
Yes. 3 children.
Yes.
And if you can give me, I don't know, quick 3 things to help build their self-confidence, I'd appreciate it.
So here's, I'm really trying to figure out this answer. So let me give you just a whole diary of the mouth of the things that run through my mind, okay?
Okay, shoot.
The first thing my mom did, I'll talk about things my mom did, and I'll talk about some of the ways I interpret it now that I have other things that I've looked at and thought about having my own kids. She over-exaggerated when I did very kind and noble things. Like when I opened the door for a woman at McDonald's, I'll never forget this, in North Brunswick, when I opened the door for this woman when I was 8, and was just being polite, and she treated it as if I won the Nobel Peace Prize. So she went ballistic, over the top on me being kind and empathetic and respectful. And so that was huge. The other thing she did was she never did that though when it was an actual life thing. So when my baseball team lost, my baseball team lost. When I got D's and F's on my report card, even though she knew I was gonna be successful, she punished me. So she didn't give out 8th place trophies in a world where that would be the way the world worked, right?
Right.
But she just genuinely made me feel like I was unstoppable and was capable of anything that I wanted to do, and she believed it. And because she believed it and she instilled it constantly, it was constant offense, right? And so I just think that you need to look at your 3 kids, you need to audit them, you need to figure out what they're strong at, and you need to make 98% of the conversation around the things that they're strong at.
Awesome.
Instead of doing what every other parent does, which is spend 85% on the 2% they're not, spend 98% on what they are.
Love it. Awesome.
Every parent worries about some kid trying you need to be better at math, Sally. No, she doesn't. Do you know what I mean? She needs to be capable. You'd probably like your kids to be able to count, right?
Right.
But they don't need to be a fucking geometry whiz.
Right.
Especially if they gravitate towards humming 28 hours a day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, do me a favor, don't listen to, the biggest thing that hurts parents is they listen to other parents, they listen to other teachers, they listen to the market, and those people don't know your kids.
Right.
It's you and your kids against the world. Do you understand?
Right.
And too many parents think it's the world versus their kids.
Well said.
Yeah. So that's it. Audit them, really try to figure them out, and don't think of cliches of like, if they spend all their time on the phone, good news. The phone's the future of the way everything will work in life. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But make them respect. If you're gonna give them that gift of tripling down on their strengths and allowing them to flourish in that world, make them respect the alternatives. They don't have to pander to it, but they have to understand why it exists. Some kids need school structure. Some kids aren't gonna be whiz kid entrepreneurs. Like some kids' path is to become a lawyer and make $130,000 a year. Some kids are just gonna make $40,000 a year and work at Walmart, and that's okay too, but they need to get a high school degree to get that job. Like, know your kid. And make every one of your kids feel great about what they're gonna be. AJ felt great because he was the best student in the family. I felt great because I was the most entrepreneurial and charismatic. My sister felt great because she was absolutely the feistiest and had the strongest will. Like, make them feel great about their thing. Don't make them feel bad that they're not the star athlete or the nerdiest or can make money. Just build self-esteem.
Yeah, let them teach us.
100%.
They're good at.
But as long as they understand, like, you know, checks and balances. Got it?
One of the challenges that I face all the time with some of these students is anxiety, and how I can help them see that they are, you know, they can do more than they think and that they're stronger than they know. How would you articulate or explain to them?
You know how I do it. I'm doing it. I put pressure on the true answers. Insecurity is the seed that creates all these issues. And so I'm trying to figure out why they didn't build self-esteem, who didn't build self-esteem. And the reason I bring up mom is like, Jesus, it's such a big percentage of it. Mom or dad is like 80% of it. It's just, you know, I do this a lot. I'm fascinated. Listen, my dad, I don't talk a lot about this. That's what happened to my dad. My dad, I'm so impressed by him. The way my grandmother parented my dad is unacceptable. That's the only word I can think of. So I'm fascinated by it because I had the reverse. I'm so perfectly parented by my mother, I'm unstoppable. I feel guilty that I'm so emotionally grounded and strong. That's why I'm giving it to you. Like, what do you think's happening up here? I feel guilty that I have it so good mentally. There's nothing anybody can do to my mental state. It's insane. I am so weird, guys. Like nothing hits, it's like I'm numb. And so I go right to the core. I do it when I see it sometimes. I'm like, hey, you are unbelievable and you think you're shit. That's bad. We need to talk about this. Tell me everything about your childhood. Like, you know, and I just go there and, you know, sometimes you get a little break sometimes, but what's really fun is they start thinking about it and it changes behavior. I get an email every day that says that they disconnected from somebody in their inner circle, and for the last 6 months, they're breathing for the first time in their lives. It is not easy to break up with your brother. It is not easy to break up with your spouse. It is not easy to break up with your father, but that's actually the binary move if they're the poison of your life. So, A, if that's your reality, you need to think, because guess what? You have one life. And you don't want to be 73 when your parent passes away and finally start breathing. B, if that is not your life, you need to drive home right now and kiss your parents in the face.